Bro hopes you'll enjoy this program.
So now that you're in here, let me introduce you to my space and go ahead and give you this living room tour. First walk in, you're greeted with this doormat, and it was from Target. It's the Threshold brand. I'm pretty sure they still sell them. This is one of the ones that that's always there, and we wanted something in addition to the one outside just to give it that extra, you know, wipe down clean, because we really don't have an area to really put your shoe. Then we're gonna start with my quote-unquote entryway area, and basically what I've done was just created a place to house my Wi-Fi and some decor. I've added and taken away some things, but currently right now we're housing two plants that I'm just starting to get the hang of. I wasn't really a plant person. The first time I tried, I thought I was killing the plant. I gave it to my aunt because I was like, what am I doing? You know, but now these are living and thriving. So let me tell you, this is a food storage container. And what I've done was I put all my candles in here. Now when I find a fragrance that I like, regardless of how the candle looks, it doesn't clash with my decor, because I have a container to put whatever candle I like in here and cover it up and use it. And it'll always match my decor, no matter, like I said, no matter what color candle and all that is. So that's an idea you can use. I got this food storage container from Home Goods, and the price is actually on the bottom. It was $13. So, and sitting under that is my record player. And I don't really use it. I use it like once or twice. But, yeah, it's my record player. I got it on sale from Walmart. It was only $20, and it was a blue one. I don't think a lot of people wanted blue, but you know, my decor is very colorful. It has life in it, and I wanted it to represent that, and so I got it, placed it in here. I have a few records, but not that many. And speaking of records, I used to house them down here, but now they're in my coffee table. But moving on to the bottom shelf, we have a faux plant here that I just have here. I want to get rid of it, but I just haven't had the chance yet to know if I want to keep that space blank or what I want to do with it. Next, I have this mirror, this triangle mirror that I purchased from a thrift store. It was $4, I believe, $4 or $7, one of those. And I just placed it on an easel to give it just a little look, something different, and add some wood, some warm wood tone to it. And just my plugs in my Wi-Fi box, my Wi-Fi router. And of course, you can see this is the only window we have behind the entryway table. And it lets in quite a bit of light to say we're not facing the sun. And so what I did was, I didn't want too much heaviness on the curtain, so I didn't put heavy drapes. I just did the sheer, and I didn't close it in with other drapes, and I just put the bar up, the curtain rod up, and just draped it with several sheer panels. I think this is altogether 3 or 4 panels clustered together to give it a more full look. And that is what I did to dress up the entryway area. So, yeah. Hope you like it, and let's move on. Moving on to the next section, we have my fireplace and TV area, and I really like the way this area turned out. I have additional seating here, which has actually been used, and these 2 stools were a gift, not a gift. These 2 stools came from Ashley Home Store. And I always saw the little fuzzy stools, and I just had to have one eventually. And it was originally to be used in one of the bedrooms, but it found its home here, and I actually love it. It created more seating in the space, and I just really fell in love with the whole look of them and everything, and how fluffy they were. So yeah, I bought 2 of those. And then I got this fire log holder actually, and I got it from the thrift store for like $10. And this is where I keep a few extra blankets here. And I thought it was really convenient, and it brought together this look with the stools. And it was really nice. The blankets actually came from Walmart or Home Goods. Walmart or Home Goods, actually. And they were very inexpensive. And they're big. No, I'm lying. These blankets actually came from the hospital a while back. We were at the hospital doing visiting family and stuff, and we had to sleep with blankets, you know, when they were staying the night, and we actually just took the blankets home with us. So that's 2 of those hospital blankets. That's why they're so long and kind of thin, but yeah, but they still get the job done. Now, moving into the fireplace, there's actually a DIY of how I put together these frameless photos on TikTok, and I have them linked on behind the scenes footage of the living room if you want to check that out. But yeah, that was fairly easy. Most of the frames came from Dollar Tree. The photos came from printed from CVS, and we just put them on there. And there's some easels in there as well. And I did have it lit up, but the lights turned out a while ago. But it still gives a nice little look. It's something different than fake logs or a fire or something like that. I have it lit up with the photos of some of our favorite TVs and movies. So yeah. Then you move your way up, and then you find our Wi-Fi password. And our Wi-Fi password and our network name and how to log on for all our guests. This DIY is also on TikTok, and it's also linked in the behind the scenes footage. So you can go check that out to see how I did that real quick. But it's just some frames and some printed out signs that we made. Or that my friend made for me, actually. So yeah. And that's that. I really picked up those frames because of the wood tone that it gave and stuff, and I knew it would match my design. And honestly, it was just amazing how it perfectly fit in between this little nook. Like, that was not planned. So when I got the frames, I was planning on doing something with them, and it just so happened that all 3 magically fit right here. And you'll find that happens a lot when you thrift store. That happens a lot, but it'll happen to you where you just find something and not know what to do with it. And next thing you know, you get it home and it magically fits somewhere. So some things are just meant to be. Above that, of course, you have the TV. And I know one of the rules now is don't put your TV above your fireplace, but I say I broke that rule because our ceilings are not that high. I almost can touch the ceiling. It's a small apartment. So being that I put it above the TV, even when you're sitting down, you don't hurt your neck or anything when you're watching TV because it's, you know, our ceilings are barely 8 feet tall. So it's not going up that high. So that, and then I didn't want to put it anywhere else because I still want to have seating. So this is up and out the way, and I can still house seating below it. And lastly, on the fireplace area, you have photos of me and my roommate. So yeah, these frames came from the thrift store as well. Y'all gotta start thrift shopping, but they came from thrift store as well. And yeah, I just put photos that we've been taking over the years. I used to do a photo shoot all the time. I still do actually do a photo shoot for my birthday all the time, and then, you know, that's where most of these pictures came from actually. So yeah, and that is my fireplace area. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, and moving on to this wall right next to the fireplace, what we have is a little small seating area, and this is the least utilized area in the space. Most people sit everywhere else, but when we have a full house, this gets filled up and this lamp gives off a lot of light. And so what you will find here is, we found our lamp with the elephant. It was a gift that came from Dirt Cheap, as well as our gaming unit that we have in the space, plus our a little decor book that I picked up from Ollie's Bargain Outlet, and it was like $8. And if you want to find inexpensive coffee table books that you like, they have all different types at Ollie's. So I suggest that you try there before you buy like a $30 or $40 book that you really don't care about. It's just for display. And now, a story with the stool is that we got this stool. This was one of the stools from the fireplace, right? And we got a defective one. They sent us a defective one, and instead of sending us like a replacement or whatever, they sent us a replacement part to fix the problem. And I had an extra top for the stool, so I took that and put it on a end table that we had in one of the bedrooms that was like from the thrift store somewhere that was really expensive, and I put it on top to create a end table that was kind of unique to that particular area in the room. And I also have some games down there that for the gaming unit under the table that I kind of need to put in a basket or something. I haven't figured out what I actually wanted to do with that spot just yet, but as far as trying to dress it up, but I think I'm gonna just put a basket down there or something just to make it a little bit more unified. Now, moving on to this beauty right here from Wayfair. This little love seat, CX sofa, whatever you want to call it, came from Wayfair. And it's a small table. It seats about one, maybe two. I'm kind of off of it if you got another one on there. But it's one or two seater, and it came from Wayfair. The love seat itself was $400. And $300 and something, then plus shipping and handling and stuff like that. And this was the piece that actually made me come up with this entire space, so I had to get it. Honestly, I would say that it's actually comfortable for a small seat, and it's the thickest one we have in the space actually. But it's underutilized, and also I don't think it can bounce from decor to decor. So that's the only piece that I love, but I also kind of regret, because once my taste changes, that's the only one that probably can't go with everything, like everything else in the space. But really love it. It brings everything together nicely. So yeah. Every throw pillow that you see in the space will be the same, and I wanted to do that to create continuity and consistency throughout the space and tie everything together, because all the decor is different. I wanted something to unify everything, so I did that with the white accents and the white throw pillows that are all the same. And underneath that, each space will have its own blanket, because I keep it very cold in the house. So each blanket that you see came from either online from Home Depot or West Elm, because I went to buy something from West Elm and I saw these blankets on sale and I just had to snag them. And they're in different colors. I have 4 different colors on this particular love seat. I have one that's in a stone gray with the speckled white on it, and I want to get the speckled white to keep tying in that white accent color. Moving up from that, you have 3 wood blocks that I got from Walmart, and these you will notice on each wall as we go through the space. I left these blank just to have something there, but nothing that draws away from all the other things that are going on in the space. Moving up from that, you have the bookshelf. And what I did was I just decorated it. These are some books that I actually haven't read, but I got them from Dollar Tree. So they're only $1. And I just stacked them on top of each other, facing outward. And I got these elephants from Walmart, and these were $30 a piece. They were kind of expensive for me, but I really wanted to hang in one, and I thought the elephants, like, that's something that my family kind of really likes. So I just want to tie that in as well. And above that, you have 2 mirrors, because every space, no matter whether you're in the living room, the bedroom, hell, the dining room, almost every space in your home needs a mirror. So even if you're not really going to use it, just bouncing off light and different things. So above that, you have these 2 mirrors. These 2 mirrors actually came from the thrift, not the thrift store, Let Go. And yeah, I just got them. They were on sale. They were only $15 for each. So they were $30 together, and I got them. Okay, now under the love seat you'll find a faux rug, and it was $40 from eBay, and I got it in like a tan and gold, or white and tan and gold color, just to bring in that white and bring in some more texture and some more different elements to the space to create a, you know, a layered look. But that is this space over here. And when moving to the next wall, you'll see a door sign. And this door sign actually came from Walmart. And I got it online. And if I can, I'll try to link it for you. But it was, you just create your own personal sign. And it was like $20 or whatever. Very expensive. Very sturdy. Here. Very sturdy. I put it up there with some command strips on 2 command strips on each side, so it can stay straight. And it's been up there for forever. I only dropped it once when I tried to slam the door in my roommate's face. So that's why you see the little chip right there. But I still love it. So yeah. But moving on to the next wall. Now moving on from that section over here, you pass by a room door and you come into one of my favorite sections in the space. I absolutely love this one. Let's get started on talking about these seats, okay? These seats came from Kohl's online. They were on sale. They're one of the Scott Property Brothers, or the Scott Brothers Property, whatever it is. They were on their website for like, oh goodness, upwards of like $200 a seat, but it was on sale that day because it was a closeout sale. I don't think they offer them anymore, but they were on sale for $70 a piece, and I purchased 3 in 3 different colors. They had a mustard color as well, I believe, but I didn't get that one. I got the 3 basic colors. I knew I wanted different colors because, again, I love color, and I wanted to tie in all these different colors. And also I got 3 almost somewhat neutral colors, because if I change this space in any way, this dark brown and gray and black chair, these 3 chairs can go with any decor basically, or be tied into another decor without, you know, like that love seat, they really can't be tied in. So yeah. And again, the pillows were also Scott Property Brothers. They were only $8 a piece. They were normally $40, and I got them on sale when it was a closeout sale, where it was like going, you know, stop selling that brand, that particular pillow. And again, you have the speckled throws, the speckled white throws in different colors. I got a mustard, cranberry, and midnight blue from West Elm. and I, you know, switched them up so each color can pop off whatever chair that they were on. Then you go into the end tables, and the end tables actually came as a set with the coffee table, which I will get to in a minute. The end tables are 2 round end tables with a little shelf underneath. And what I did was I put some Essence magazines that I got for free on there. I got some vases from the thrift store, and I just, you know, did a little DIY and zhuzhed them up as far as with the feathers and some rope detailing around the neck of the vase. And I housed our remotes and some more coasters that we also got from the thrift store. You know, baby, thrift store is where it's at, okay? And yeah, it helped create this little space, this little seating area here. And then moving up on the wall, as far as this large painting, is actually 9 different paintings all pushed together to form one large painting. And basically is housed I'm sorry, not housed, it is up there with just some push pins or whatever, and we actually created this together. It's another DIY that's floating around on TikTok or somewhere, or that you can check out. And yeah, it was fairly easy. We just tied in all the colors that I know I wanted in the space and just put them up there, and it came out really, really nice. It actually brings that whole color idea to life with that and the love seat and all the different things. It actually helps tie everything in. And on the side of that, you will see my pendant lights, that I actually got this rope idea from another YouTuber on here, and her name is Rachel Metz. And you probably seen the DIY that she did, and I did that and got some elegant bulbs from Walmart. And those are those blocks that I was talking about earlier. They are there to where the light stops and it casts off these shadows and everything like that I wanted to create to help tie that in. So that is pretty much that space. Also, I command stripped the pendant lights to the end table, so you don't have to reach and find it or whatever. It's just right here on each end table. Let's move on. As we move along to the last wall of the space, I want to show you this right here. Is something I created because I wanted to divide. I have a wall right here, as you know, with all the painting and stuff on it. So it's not an open concept living room. So I just wanted to make, you know, keep that kind of idea flowing, but still keep it connected with some sheer paneling. The same curtains that we have over there, I put over here on a tension rod to create this elegant flow. It's really nice when the air is on and everything's flowing around and stuff. It's really cute. And to separate the dining room, which you will get a tour of soon. You will get a tour and some behind the scenes footage of that as well. And then we have another sign for the second bedroom here. Okay, moving on to the last wall of the space, we have my main sitting area. So, let me tell you the story of these seats and everything that came together to make this happen. The 2 tanned love seats, they actually came off of Offer Up and Let Go. A lady was selling them, and she ended up having 2, and we got them for $200 together. And that's really a good deal, seeing as how on Wayfair they were selling for over $300 a piece. And what I did was, like I said, I kept that continuity, that consistency of the rib throw pillows. And what I did was to bring the color that I have throughout the space into this very, very neutral area. Is I got some, these are the Dream Feather quilt set. I think I can link it. I got them from Home Depot, and I got one from eBay actually. But they actually sell this quilt in several different locations. So if you just type in feather quilt, you will actually be able to find it quite cheaply as well from different sites. So yeah, I got that, and it's a reversible quilt. It actually has two sides, one that's all blue and one that's white with the feathers. And of course I wanted the white with the feathers to tie in the colors from the rest of the space. So that's probably why that seems off to you, because it's so neutral over there. But you know, as a whole with the other space, these quilts actually really work with that section. Moving up from that, we have our wall. And like I said, I continued that wood block from Walmart over, and what I did was I printed out some older pictures of everyone. I wanted some pictures of youthful pictures and black and white tones and stuff, and I printed those out, Mod Podged them on. It's a DIY on TikTok, and I'll have it linked for the video below. Yeah, I just lined them up, and this is another gallery wall moment that I have in my space. And with your gallery walls, what you want to do is, instead of me having all photos just up and down, I broke it up with different textures and elements. So on the ends, you will see these candle holders that I actually got from Let Go. They were $80 for the pair, and it's so nice, very nice. And I just put them up. One is up with nails and one is up with command strips. And you know, it's actual candles, a candle in there that I can light if I ever want to give some light to that space over there. And I also, in the middle of the gallery area, I put a map that came from Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. And I received it as a gift because everybody knows I love decor and I actually like to travel. So thought that was a nice gift. Elements of the silver and the reflection that it gave a nice little touch to the gallery wall to break it up. So when you do your gallery walls, I suggest, you know, adding different elements to create one full gallery wall, so it's not just the same thing, and that'll elevate that look of that gallery wall. So when you do your frame photos and stuff, add a piece of wall or in the middle of all your frame photos or something like that to break it up, but give it a uniform look, but break it up to give it introduce new elements and stuff, so it can be more appeasing to your eye. As far as people telling you not to put your loved ones and your family and, you know, pictures of you or, you know, in your public spaces, if you invite someone to their house and they don't want to see your loved ones, your favorite family pets, your vacation photos, and all that good stuff, then guess what? That's somebody that does not need to be in your home, because if they don't want to see you, they shouldn't be there. Okay? Because you live there. This is your space. You can do what you want. Now, there are rules that I kind of follow to make sure everything looks nice when you put those pictures and stuff in a public space. But as far as, you know, it being a no-no, don't listen to that. This is your home, and if they don't want to see you, they should not be crossing your threshold. And last but not least, as far as the walls are concerned, we have this little area here. And I created this space because I didn't want the wall. Once I finished this area, I didn't want the wall to continue when you close the door. I just thought it would be weird to have a blank space here. I could have put a full-length mirror like I was thinking about, but I still haven't done it yet. I haven't found the right one, and I'm scared, you know, it might break with the door being right there to go against the wall. But so I did a faux window treatment to match that one there, and basically that really tied in the space as far as that window treatment as well over there in the kitchen entrance. So yeah, and that will be the last wall there. Last but certainly not least, we have our rugs, our rug area, and our coffee table. These rugs came from Amazon. They were only, well, not only, but they were $200 a piece. And they're jute circular rugs. I can link them. I think you can find them at some other locations. These are the 7-foot rug. Don't get me started on if they're actually 7 foot. Watch the behind the scenes, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I got 2 of them to connect the space. I wanted them to go diagonally across the space. So that's why I bought 2 of them, to give it a new look. I wanted to create a new look versus just a regular big round rug or something like that. I wanted to break everything up. I also put this fur rug here under the coffee table to bring in that white down and bring it up. So you got the white starting from the coffee table to the pillows to the stools up to the curtains and the blankets, you know. So yeah. And again, I have this faux rug underneath me, and it's layered. So you have the jute, the faux, and the fur. And then you have this coffee table. Again, it was $200 with the set. It's very sturdy, very solid. It's a nice coffee table. On top of that, we just house where we now put our keys, decor, and some coasters or whatever. And as together, everything is really nice. Now, you don't lounge. I wouldn't say you was come in here and go to sleep on these couches or anything like that. We use our living room and all these seats basically just for entertainment purposes. So you can come in here and watch the football game, have game night and all that good stuff. But as far as somebody spending the night on the couch or coming in here snuggling up, yeah, that is not what we do. When I designed the space, it was basically just to entertain and not actually lounge. So to get something more lounge worthy, if I had a bigger living room. Right now it seems big, but that's just because we have the legs on the furniture to elevate it and open it up, and you can see underneath everything, and it just keeps your eye moving. And that's what I wanted to do, to create the illusion that this space is bigger than what it actually is. That is the tour of my space, my living room space. I have some more things coming for you guys. I actually have a dining room tour and a dining room behind the scenes that I'm going to start filming and coming to you. I already started. So I just got to get that done and get it out to you. I'm not going to go MIA. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and clicking that subscribe button, that like button, and giving me a comment. Let me know what you think, what you would have did differently. And I'm not just saying this because people say it. I really do like to hear people's constructive criticism, or what they like, or what they would have changed, or what I can do to create a better space, because I love feedback. This is only my second video on this channel, so if you wouldn't mind helping me grow and just being a part of this journey with me, that'll be awesome. That is the completed tour. I hope you like it, and I hope you come back again to see me. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. While I'm on the subject of photos of myself and my friend, another rule that I broke is, you know, having personal photos in your public spaces. Yeah, about that. If somebody doesn't want to see you, your family, your favorite pet, or anything like that, or the people that you love, then they don't need to be in your home. Break that rule, okay? Because if they don't want to see you, they don't need to be there.